Hi boys and girls, today you will learn how to classify triangles. So classifying triangles is similar to classifying quadrilaterals, where we're going to look at a triangle and decide what's the name of this triangle based on two different attributes, its sides and its angles. So the first one that we're going to talk about is its sides. So you can consider a triangle to be an equilateral triangle, an isosceles triangle, or a scalene triangle. Now, all of the facts about those triangles are right here. So it says that an equilateral triangle is a triangle that has three equal sides. So that means if you were to measure this side, and the bottom, they would all measure the same exact length. That makes them equal, an equilateral triangle. An isosceles triangle only has two sides that are the same length. So you can see that this side length and this bottom length are about the same. Now, of course, we would have to take out a ruler and measure them to make sure. This diagonal one looks quite a bit longer. So if I put my ruler up there and just double checked, I would see that that one is longer than the other two, which makes it an isosceles because only two are equal. A scalene triangle is a type of triangle that has no matching sides. So each one of these side lengths on the scalene triangle have a different measurement. So three different names if you're looking at a triangle and saying and basing its attributes on its sides, the lengths. So equilateral, they're all the same length. Scalene, two are the same length. Isosceles, two are the same length. And scalene, none are the same length. You can also classify triangles based on their angles. So you'll see at the bottom that you have a right angle for a right triangle, noted here with the little square. So if you're measuring a triangle and you're trying to put that paper into one of the angles, if it fits perfectly, then that's a right triangle. So as soon as you can find one of those angles to be right, that means it's a right triangle. An acute triangle is when each one of those angles is smaller than a 90 degree. So you would figure that out by putting this paper up to the triangle and measuring each one of those angles. So, the paper doesn't fit there, the angle's too small. You'd look at the top one. Same thing, the paper doesn't fit in, it's smaller than a 90 degree. And the same thing for the last angle. You try to fit that, and if it didn't fit, that would make an acute. So acute, you can think of like cute things. Cute little animals are small. So an acute triangle has three angles that are less than 90 degrees. An obtuse triangle is the opposite. Obtuse means that the angles are very large. So if you look here in this picture that they show you, this triangle has two acute angles, those two little angles on the bottom, and one giant angle at the top. So if you are trying to measure a triangle with the paper to see if it's 90 degrees, if it's bigger than the paper like this, and it doesn't fit in, then that means that it's obtuse. So as soon as you find one obtuse angle, that makes it an obtuse triangle. So what we're going to do today to remember all of these facts is we're going to make a foldable. So the first thing that you need is a piece of paper, and you're going to fold it in half like this. So you're basically making two doors the long way. After you have your two doors, you can cut two slices in the paper. So I'm going to put a slice right here and a slice right here. So I have three flaps on this side, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side so that I have three flaps on each side. And the way that we're going to use this foldable is on one side, we're going to classify triangles based on their sides. And on the other side, we're going to classify them by their angles. So on the front of each one, you're going to put the name. So I'll do equilateral triangle. You'll start with the label of the triangle that you're working on. And then on the inside flap is where you can put the attribute, like the attribute for equilateral triangle has three sides that are the same length. I would write that right in there. Has three sides, same length. So I'd write my attribute on the inside, and then right here with a ruler, you can draw your triangle. So an equilateral triangle is a triangle with the same length sides. So I would draw my triangle with my ruler and I'd make sure that I included a label. So 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, and 2 centimeters, because that will remind me when I go back and look at this that each one of these sides is the same length. That's what makes it an equilateral triangle. Page 915 and 916 of your book will help you do this because it includes the names, it includes pictures, and it includes attributes. So page 915 and 916, please make sure that all of your work is neat. We're going to be using this for an activity that will help you later. Okay, have fun.